Colts and Ravens, Thursday night lights, preseason curtain rise, and the first real test of August fire. But this isn't the Ravens team you remember, and it's not the Colts team you think you know. Indianapolis starts Anthony Richardson Sr., and he's not just warming up. He's been promised a quarter and a half. Live reps, live rush, real stakes. The Colts are giving him the first crack in a battle that's still too close to call. He's playing cleaner, short throws landing, feet lighter, decision-making sharper, and then Daniel Jones takes over. Not next week, not later. Right after Richardson. Two quarterbacks, both fighting for one throne, both playing with urgency in their veins. Baltimore? No Lamar, no Derrick Henry, no starters. Harbaugh played his hand in Tuesday's joint practice. Thursday's game is for the hopefuls. Cooper Rush will lead the charge. Steady, yes, but new to the system. Unproven under Baltimore's cadence. Behind him, it's Malik Cunningham and Devin Leary. No one behind center tonight is wearing a crown, and the public sees it. Colts 6 opened as a whisper. Now it roars. Just 41% of the bets are on Indy, but 66% of the money is. That's not public push, that's sharp steam. Moneyline, 85% of the cash is on the Ravens. That's bait, false edge, false value. Here's what matters. The Colts are playing to answer a question. Who's the future? And when a team needs a quarterback, the offense shows up for blood. Receivers extend plays. Linemen finish blocks. Everyone fights harder when the throne is empty. The Ravens? This is a roster audition. Controlled burn. Depth evaluation. No rhythm. No cohesion. And today's AI pick is Colts 6. Will we cash or will we burn? Abaddon has game 2, and he never forgets.
Philadelphia and Cincinnati. Preseason lights, second game on the board, but this one doesn't walk like the others. This one's wearing disguise. You hear Joe Burrow's playing. You hear starters will take the field. And it's true. They will. For a few measured series. Long enough to shift the market. Not long enough to write a legacy. Burrow, the comeback king, was built for spotlight. But this isn't the spotlight. It's the ghost of one. The Bengals want a fast start to their season. And they're using the Eagles' stadium to rehearse one. And Philadelphia? They already made their statement. They raised the trophy. They torched the Chiefs. This game is not revenge. It's not momentum. It's insulation. The Eagles lost major pieces on defense. Slay, Graham, Sweat, Bradbury, and they're not risking the rest of the house on a fake war. Jalen Hurts will not be there to save them. Saquon Barkley will not carry them. The ghosts on the sideline know better. So the books moved. Bengals opened as dogs. They're now 6-point favorites. Public loves the Eagles. 63% of bets. But the money? That's on Cincinnati. 65%. That's sharp conviction. The line flipped, stayed, and held. Not fake, not noise, signal. But here's where you breathe. Not everything sharp is clean. The Bengals may flash, but Taylor is 3-12 against the spread in preseason. 3-12. Momentum dies in the second quarter. Backup O-lines crack. Field goals decide everything. Still, the market isn't wrong. The edge is shallow, but it's real. The Eagles aren't playing to win. The Bengals are playing to forget how they started last year, and Burrow wants the field under his feet, even if it's only for 3 drives. And today's AI pick is Bengals 6. Will we cash or will we burn? Sapphira walks into game 3. Don't look directly at her.
Seattle, where the sky hunches low and the ghosts remember. This isn't just a preseason game. It's a fracture. Pete Carroll's back, wearing black. And Geno Smith, his old quarterback, walks beside him. They stand on Seattle soil, but they don't belong to it anymore. The Raiders brought them here to prove a point. And the books listened. The line surged. Vegas went from underdog to a 6-point favorite. But in the swell of that movement, something got lost. Sam Darnold will sit. The Seahawks won't open their vault. But that doesn't mean collapse. Drew Lock has experience. Kenneth Walker's name still rings. Jackson Smith and Jigba's hands still work in shadows. And Pete Carroll? He knows exactly how this sideline thinks, exactly how it folds. The public leaned Seahawks, then flinched. Money shifted, but the line didn't explode. It plateaued. Raiders, 4.5. The number hardened, but it didn't hollow. And that's the tell. Because Geno will start, and then he'll sit. The backups will bleed clock. The crowd will hiss. And Seattle's second string will face Raiders' fatigue, not dominance. The depth edge isn't black and silver, it's green and navy. Forget revenge. Forget flash. The Seahawks are at home. They're calmer, they're deeper. And in a preseason war of rotation, that matters more than a headline. And today's AI pick is Seahawks Power 4.5. Will we cash or will we burn?
You came for prophecy, and prophecy was given. Game 1. Colts versus Ravens. The market cracked early. Colts rotated Richardson and Jones at quarterback, while Baltimore sat at stars. The spread moved, the public wavered, but the AI didn't flinch. We took Colts before the number could harden. A disciplined play built on snap count advantage, not sentiment. Game 2. Bengals versus Eagles. Burrow was confirmed to start. The books panicked. The line moved from Eagles 1.5 to Bengals 6. The sharp money hit fast, but the public lagged. Philly held back their starters. Cincinnati pushed to erase last year's slow start. The AI read the imbalance and took Bengals 6. Not for Burrow's flash, but for structure and control. Game 3, Raiders versus Seahawks. It looked like a revenge game. Carroll back in Seattle, Geno Smith in silver and black. The books reacted, moving Vegas from dog to favorite. But the AI didn't follow the noise. It listened to the math. Seattle was deeper. Drew Lock would take over. Darnold would sit, but so would most of Vegas after the first quarter. The emotional edge was real, but shallow. We took Seahawks point 4 and 5, not for drama, for discipline. 3 plays, all structured, all verified, no guesswork, no drift. And here's what the pale hand saw beneath the surface. Market manipulation on Burrow's name. Public trust misplaced in Ravens' depth. Narrative weight pushing Vegas too far. No totals, no props, just line play, cold and clean. And now the summary etched in final form. Colts, Bengals, 6. Seahawks, plus 4.5. 3 picks, 3 different reasons. 1 single doctrine. Subscribe. Or walk blind into the fire. Lilith has spoken. Und heute fragen wir wieder, will we cash or will we burn?